And welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We recently finished off Diablo 1 and Diablo Hellfire, the expansion that came out for the game way back in the day. And, well, we're just continuing on with the games in this series. And this time it's going to be Diablo 2, the Resurrected remake, remaster. It's a remaster, I think. Which I've never played before. I mean, I played Diablo 2 back in the day, the original one. I've never played Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I've never played a Diablo game on console, so bear with me, everybody, as I get to learn the controls and whatnot. It will be a pain to watch. I'm saying it outright, but I will get used to it, I promise you, and from that point onward, it should be smooth sailings. With that being said, without further ado, let's just dive right in. I don't know if... oh, crap. I don't know if there's going to be any sort of cutscene right away, but we'll find out. Gamma calibration. It's usually best to go a little bit brighter, right? For the stream and stuff, so let's do that. What? Colorblind calibration. I'm not colorblind, I don't think. My brother is, but he doesn't care, and neither do I, so let's continue.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. From my dreams, followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burden terror, which drove me to hide here. He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the wonder? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together east. Always into the east.
Oh man, that was so awesome. I loved every second. I don't know, did they re-record the voices and whatnot? Because I do think they're pretty similar to what they were back in the day. I couldn't tell you. Select this option to create a new character. Yes, of course, please. Online, offline? Select one of these to switch between. Oh, it's just the tutorial. Okay, we're gonna go offline because I couldn't care less. Options. Could I scale the UI a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing here? Quality. No, I want quality. Game resolution. What? Are you kidding me? 800 by 600? Are they for real? That's a bit poopy. Playing this on a PS5. Enable this to make shadows translucent. Legacy mode only. I should have done this before I streamed, right? But I didn't want to spoil myself for the cutscene. Enable a parallax scroll effect to gameplay, giving the visuals a greater feeling of depth. Well, of course we're gonna do that. I love that. I have a little story to tell about that, because I used to play this on an iMac G3 back in the day. And my cousin also had an iMac G3, but he had the DV Plus model, and it was a little bit faster. And I always envied him for that, because the parallax effect in Diablo 2 was way smoother on his machine than it was on mine, and always hated him for that, no. I always envied him for that because it was just what it was back then. What is emulation? GDI emulates a software rasterizer with no filtering. Glide emulates the 3DFX filtering of the original. Resurrected addresses artifacts. I don't know what's better, so I'm just gonna leave the defaults here. Blended shadows, legacy mode only. We're gonna activate that. Lightning, is there an ultra? No. Okay, the brightness we already did. Settings have changed. Well, of course, apply. Audio, I'm gonna keep as is for now. We do want the subtitles. Disable reverb. Enable this to mute environmental reflections. Now that kind of sounds interesting. Controller feedback. Yes, please. Voices. Yeah. I already hear enough voices in my head. Don't need them to be any louder. Settings have changed. Yes, apply. Gameplay. Chat font size. I'm not gonna chat too much. Large font mode. Greeting subtitles, not really necessary. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep the rest as is. Save the settings. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger now, that's nice. This is online. Enable terror zones. What the heck is a terror zone? Allows zones to become terrorized. Play at your own risk. This is gonna be a story playthrough, so I don't know what that is. It is enabled by default, but it says play at your own risk. I'm gonna disable this. Offline difficulty scaling. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. Alright, let's get out of here. Cinematics, we already saw the intro cinematic, which is good. New character. We'll create an online character. I don't want an online character. Offline. Okay, wow. They're barbarian. Usually I think I used to go with the barbarian. Like always. Didn't they? How do I switch to legacy, by the way? I don't know how to switch to legacy. That's a shame. Maybe that's in-game only. Didn't they used to step closer to the camera once you select them? Oh, maybe like this. Okay, this is the assassin. That's a new one. Schooled in the martial arts. Her mind and body are deadly weapons. Then we have the Amazon. This was part of the original, I think. Skilled with the spear and the bow, she is a very versatile fighter. The Necromancer, summoning undead minions and cursing his enemies are his specialities. Ooh, I always loved that. The glow effect there. Pretty awesome. Barbarian. He is unequaled in close quarters combat and mastery of weapons. Awesome. Oh, he sharps his axe there. Paladin. I think I used to play as the Paladin as well. He is a natural party leader, holy man, and blessed warrior. Ooh. I'm even gonna go with him. He is a holy man after all. It is kind of blasphemous not to pick him, is it? Isn't that right? Sorceress. She has mastered the elemental magics, fire, lightning, and ice. Give me the arc of lightning. Yeah. There we go. Very awesome. And here we have the druid, also part of the original, so maybe the assassin was part of that too. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Commanding the forces of nature, he summons wild beasts and raging storms to his side. Was there a wolf in the background howling? Okay, I kind of want to go with the paladin. It's a little vanilla, but I'm just gonna go with my guts here. Let's take it. Select class. Select game mode. Non-ladder or ladder? What? Ladder can only be played with an online character. Okay, so that choice has been taken from me, right from under me. Character is standard. In standard, will resurrect when slain. Beware, slain characters in this mode will not resurrect. So that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna do standard here. Expansion. Play the game in the latest expansion, Classic. Experience the original Diablo 2 before Lord of Destruction. Not recommended for new players. No, I do want to play Lord of Destruction as well, once we're through the base game. So that's what we're going to do, accept all. Character name. We're going to go with... How do I change to uppercase? That's it. twitchy. Death bringer. Uh-huh. That's too long. Twitchy death. I'm gonna go with that, because it can go either way. Either I die, or the other dudes. So I'm okay with that. Generate name. No, accept. Ooh, I remember this.
Good day.
So how does this work? Ooh, this is very smooth. This guy is following me. Warif. By the way, who's Marius? I always wondered that. Maybe I just forgot over the course of time. But, I mean, are there any spoilers still? This game is like 30 years old, and the first one too, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say whatever I feel like. Because Diablo in Diablo 2 is the hero of the first part. So the character we played in the first game used the Soul Stone to try and contain Diablo, or his essence or whatever, because it was captured in the Soul Stone. So he smashed it into his forehead, trying to contain him, but obviously Diablo took over, or is taking over, and became Diablo. So Marius never, I don't think, was mentioned in the first game. So maybe he's just a character that Diablo, in this part, the old hero, just got to know over in his travels to the east. I'm not sure, maybe that comes out a little bit later. I never was too much into the lore as a kid. Back when I played the game, I just wanted to see the graphics and play the game for what it was. So, speaking of which, I want to see how I can change the graphics here to the old thing. Ooh, I can use this to turn on the map here. I'm gonna leave it for now. Am I covering up anything important here? I could make myself a little bit smaller. Bear with me, folks. It'll be just a second to not be so prominent, and we get that little, whoops, little ghoul on the side here, or whatever it is. So that's okay. My face doesn't have to be that big. How do I change the frickin' options? Okay. Options. So, video, graphics mode. No, that's just the original thing. Gameplay, maybe there is a settings thing. Or a control thing that I'm looking for. Controller, okay. Cursor sensitivity, that's good. Auto map. That's the auto map. Custom opacity, auto map, auto open. That's very auto. Crap. Are there no controls for this? I thought it was kind of the point of this Resurrected thing that you could switch between the graphics. Not that I don't like that. I just want to switch around randomly every now and then to see what it was and what it could be. Okay, so the X, square, circle, and triangle are my abilities, as are R1 and R2, okay, on the right side. And these are the drinks, okay, L3 is whatever that is. Oh, it's sprint. I do like the sprint, we're gonna keep that. Ooh, I can holster my weapons, that's nice.
Good day.
That's the map. Bear with me, folks, we'll get into the game in a second now. This is a modifier. L2 is a modifier to change to even more abilities. Interesting. Okay, swiping on the trackpad that I have really doesn't do anything. Okay, let's get started here. We have a stash, which doesn't do me any good right now. Let's talk to Warren.
Well met, noble paladin. It's been a while since I've seen any of your kind in the West. It would be an honor to aid you in any way that I can. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram.
Sure did.
Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again.
That can't be.
I don't know if
Killed
I
him.
believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the Wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutga Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too.
Ooh.
She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
Nice. Akara, of course, we know from the first part of the game. So that's nice. Anything else? That was the introduction we just told us, so...
Charcy seems to be a very sweet girl. She's the smith around here and can help you by trading weapons and armor.
Okay. Any more gossip?
Charcy.
No. Okay, so that's kind of like the first part, where gossip changes as you progress in the game, I guess. Who's Charcy? That name rings a bell, but I just don't know who she is anymore.